Welcome back, everybody, to the weekend show where I'll be doing technical analysis and updates on stock market. So before we get started, please hit that like button, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to support the channel and get all my daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, long term, short term, all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down in the description for Patreon. And if you go for that annual membership, only for serious trader, I do recommend that you do save some money on that annual membership. So definitely check it out, guys. Now, with that being said, what is happening? Well, just about a month ago, it was right here. Reading was at three or four, I believe, extreme fear. And from there, now it's at 71. We're back in greed and almost going into extreme greed here in this market. So that is something to watch, guys. I mean, that is just insane. Never really happens that quick, but it happened. Now, stock market S&P 500 post fifth winning day, notches 5% weekly gain as US China trade tensions ease. But now, right after closing, we got news that credit rating downgraded here, government debt, and that's not really good. Market is down nearly 1% right now, especially Nasdaq and S&P. So we will see how that opens up Monday, but especially how the market is going up. Yes, market has been going up for 5 days since Monday, but Monday was the only day market actually went up, and from there it was just really slow grind, and nobody's really into buying. And these zero DTs definitely just pushing the market up, and then you'll see a slight little dip right at the end, and there is no volume. And Monday was the day where we had the news from that there is going to be pause on Chinese tariff and all that, and the market gapped up, and since then it's a slow grind up. I mean, really slow, really boring, and from there nothing really happened today. I mean, if you look at my screen, Dow is up, and that's because of UNH going up finally. I think 4 or 5%, 0.78%. Nasdaq up 0.52%, so only half a percent. S&P up 0.70%, and Russell going up the most, 0.83%. 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500. You can see, and I've been talking about it in my video, that if you guys are looking for a dip and you're looking to get into something, definitely healthcare, that should be running next. And you can see leading the way on top, healthcare, utilities, consumer defensive. So completely going into weekend, what happened here at a risk off move here in the market. And you can see technology all the way here on bottom, slightly in the green. Stock market map, a lot of these big names: Microsoft stalled out, Nvidia stalled out, Broadcom not really going up, Apple flat, Amazon flat, Google up 1.23%, Meta going down 0.5%. But look at healthcare, guys. I mean, I was wrong. UNH is up over 6%. Eli Lilly also up, and I actually made a video on UNH. If you guys want to check it out, it's right on my channel. You can see that there's a lot of opportunity. We actually bought the dip on UNH and holding, and that position is already going up, and I'm expecting a massive return here on this trade. So you can check out that video. You can just go into the search box in my channel, and if you put UNH, you will see that is the only video I have on UNH. Tesla up 2%, and then you got consumer defensive, Costco, Walmart, PG, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, everything pretty much going to the moon. And now let's talk about S&P 500. On SPY ETF, it's up 0.63%, and now with the news, with the downgrade, it's actually down 0.85%, nearly 1%. Now, if you look at my screen and if you look at this week, it's been interesting that we gapped over on Monday with that news, and since then it's up nearly 5%, over 5%, guys. I mean, from these lows, if you count, it's like 5%, a little bit over 5%. You guys saw that. But since Monday, things are just really slow. Slow grind up. You can see, I mean, candles are getting smaller and smaller. Pullbacks are getting really tiny, small pullbacks. And it's like, 30, 40 cents. At times, it's like $1.50. And these dips are getting bought up by who? Well, mostly, those, players that are playing zero DTs, right? And even today, you guys saw a SPY cranking up to almost 594, 595, and there were a lot of zero DTs coming in 595, and the gamma level today was 595 and 587, and you can see we pretty much touched both of the levels, touching 595 and then touching also 588, 587 here right after closing. So going into Monday's session with the downgrade, since it came out after hour, which is kind of interesting. We'll see how it up going into Monday, but right now SPY actually trading over this 5-day moving average 588. So that's going to be your key line in the sand for Monday's session. If we open below that and below the next support 586, in that case, game on for a move, possibly down here at 576 to retest this rejection as a support. Also, possibly retest bottom of this candle and the gap up and go from Monday, which is going to be interesting if that happens going into Monday session. And I'm talking about last Monday here as a bottom of this candle. Now, 576 gives up, then we got more unfinished business down here, and that would be healthy. Nothing wrong with that. If there is a pullback that unfolds next week, we get a dip 10, $15, maybe even 20, that would be fantastic. A lot of people will welcome that, and I think that's gonna bring more money into the market to push things even higher. Now, there are a lot of red flags out there. Yields are going up, market going up. Gold is still, I mean, it came down. It was really overbought. It's still holding up. So, a lot of questions that needs answers. And, even Michigan sentiment came out today and it was not good. It was not good, guys. And the market's still grinding and going higher. Today was OPEX, so a lot of chop before 12 p.m. And since, after 12 p.m., these zero DTs came in and the market was pushing slightly higher. Nothing big you can see, and pretty much gave away all the gains back after closing. So we'll see how that plays out Monday. But as long as it's over this 5-day moving average, which is at 588, things can push up to 597 to even 600 and possibly even 603 to this upper Bollinger Band. On triple Q, it's up 0.44%, and now it's down over 1%. So, I mean, it was coming because things are just grinding and going higher. Now, yes, this is actually after hour, so it does not really count unless, it opens negative going into Monday morning pre-market. That is what's going to count going into Monday. But, it's not a good start going into Monday. And we all know that. I mean, look at this, guys. I mean, this is insane. So I talked about it a little bit yesterday on my big mega cap stock update video last night. And look at this. I mean, it's up how much? 30%. And we're only like just few bucks away from all-time highs. And how long it took? Well, this was the low down here, April 7th. And today is what? Just over a month. Just over a month. And things just exploded. Now, these were, news-driven, crashes right here that actually took place because they knew it. It's trading at all-time high. It needs to come down. We need to buy that dip cheaper. We need to make that money. And whoever and however they did it, they already made money, big money, smart money, and a lot of inside trading from the government and, congresswomen and men all are trading, and we all know. I mean, you can say whatever you want to say, but these are the people actually moving the market. With the inside news. I mean, look at the news on UNH. Somebody buys puts before that DOJ probe came out, and then it drops, and then now insiders are buying tons of shares, calls, long term, and just loading up the boat. So, it's all a setup, but I'm not hating on anybody. I'm not saying that's bad. It's good because if there is volatility, retail traders, investors like us, and I don't know about you guys, but especially me, I like it so much. I miss it, guys. I mean, this drop was really nice. It was going up, down. And now we're going like slowly, really slowly. And to be honest with you guys, I don't like trading in this kind of market where market just grinding and going higher, but it's not going up significantly. It's really slow. It's really hard to make money on day trades. You got to pick your trades, and you don't make more than 40-50% on a trade. Where there is big moves, you can make 100, 200, 500% in just a matter of a couple hours. and that's not happening right now unless you're long here, which we were long here from the bottom, and we sold pretty much all our position and now holding on to cash and with some short positions. Those are long term. So triple Q, you can see we got over this 520 range finally today. Yesterday we closed below 520 and now it's over. So as long as that 520 holds, I mean, there is really nothing up here, guys. I mean, it can easily go up to this high right here, 526, maybe even retest 532, and possibly even all-time highs. But we will see with that news. Now it's down over 1%. How that plays out next week. Looks like it's going to open below 520, so there will be support at 515. And so far, last 3 days, it's been holding that 515 zone. If it breaks under that level, well, we got a massive gap right here at 507, and things can come down easily down here. And this is the gap from Monday. So we got a bunch of unfinished business down here on triple Q. And if it makes it down here, that's going to be a great buying opportunity at that point. Not something to be scared of and just, let's say, oh, a crash is back, right? You don't want to do that unless you see significant, and I mean significant selling with some high volume like we saw right here and right here. These were like high volume selling. But if you see like big selling and there is volume like this right here, like barely nothing, and market is going down, that's actually a red flag to go and buy the dip, not avoid that dip. Because when you see that type of selling, means they're loading up behind the scenes, but it's not going to go up immediately. Things are pulling back, machines are selling, and they're setting up for the next big move to the upside. So that is something to watch: volume, candle, and how quick the sell-off will take place. On Dow Jones, it's up 0.80% and pretty much gave away all the gains right after closing. Now down nearly 0.67%. And it's over that 423 range. We got close to this 428, 427-ish today. But you can see now it's trading here at 423, and that is a critical level. If that gives up, we might see a drop down to 416, and then we got this gap, and I think that's from what, Monday. So it'll come down here at 415, which is going to be great because this is going to be a buying opportunity as long as the support holds. Now, when I say buying opportunities, even on Qs, you don't just go and blindly buy it. You got to see if the support holds, and if you're going into a trade and you're taking a long trade and the support breaks, you need to also exit. So watch out for that. Now, 423 holds Monday, then resistance will be at 428 and 433. So Russell is up 0.83% and now pretty much back down to 207. You can see it's down over 1%. And what's the struggle here on Russell? You can see today we got over 210, and what happened? We came back in and trading below that level. So going into Monday's session, looks like it's going to open right here below 208, which is the 5-day moving average. We do have support here at 207 because of this trend line. But if that gives up, it's going to come down here at 202.28 to close this gap. To the upside, only way up, get over 210, and then you'll probably see a move up to 213. And from there, we can talk about more upside. Right now, it's trading at 207, so no point of talking about going to 220s at this point. On VIX is down 3.31%, so getting absolutely crushed on Friday again, and now it's under $18, but looks like we might be opening over 18 on Monday. And if that happens, this thing can hold over 18 at some point. You're going to see a push up to 20, and there is a gap just below 22. And if this thing gets up there, there is going to be a pullback here in this market. Now, if this thing remains under 18, then the next critical support down here at 16, and then $15 on VIX. So very quickly, before we wrap up this video, I want to talk about GDX, gold, and also TNX. Now, we picked up a trade, a couple days ago, and we made 40% yesterday. And guess what, guys? This is beautiful. We picked up a trade again at 45 today, and this thing paid, and we made some money on it, and still holding half of my position. And why? If you look at my screen, I mean, this is definitely clearly a channel, a flag, whatever you want to call it right here, right? It's within this channel, and so far, it's hitting the bottom of this channel. Now also, I want to show you guys this right here. If you take out that channel and just check this out, what do you see here? Well, a bullish falling wedge. And if this thing gets that breakout and gets over 46.60 right here, you're going to see explosion up to this gap, which is just below 49. So there is tons of upside here on gold, and this thing just cooling off right now for possibly another move back up to the upside. Now let's talk about TNX. So TNX was down 0.31%, nothing big, still holding at 4.44% over this gap, 4.39% right here. That's a strong support, 4.39, and so far that's holding underneath that level. There is support at 4.33. But if this thing pushes back up and gets over 4.66, it's heading back up and possibly coming back up here at 4.66. So TNX also on the move today, and a lot of the things are not really lining up because as the market was pressing higher, only right now you're seeing a little bit of pullback right here on TNX. This thing was also cranking up and going higher, and that is not something normal you see every day in the market, guys. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, how you guys think market will open Monday, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated.